Hello, today we're going to talk about how to take a band off of a Rolex and put it back on. I'm Dave Larson. There are oyster bands, there are Jubilee bands, there are sport watches, there are Prez bands. Each one is very, very similar in taking it off and putting it back on. You have pinhole watches where they actually have pinholes in the sides of the case. And you have no pinhole watches where you have to actually access through the back side of the end piece. We'll take all these off, put them back on. When putting a band on, the crown somewhere on the band always points straight up at 6 o'clock. So that's how you know you've got the band on right. If you come around, you'll see that everything points at 6. On the Jubilees as well. Crown points right up at 6 o'clock. You can use a wide variety of tools. It's really whatever you're comfortable with. I started out with a yellow screwdriver. These work really, really well, except they break about every 4th or 5th time you try and use one. I've graduated to a really good tool, a paper clip. You can buy 100 of these for $2 and they don't break. Basically, when taking a band off of a watch, it's easier if you pop the buckle open. You've got more room to work with. This particular watch is a men's President, the President type bracelet. It does not have pinholes in the sides of the case, so you need to access it through the back of the band. When you're accessing through the end piece, the spring bar actually should have shoulders on it if you're coming through the back. It will probably not have shoulders on it if the watch has pinholes. You'll want to hold the watch with your middle finger and your thumb and take your index finger and apply pressure to the end piece. That's what's going to make the band move when you scoot the spring bar out. But basically, scoot the shoulder out. You may have to jiggle it a couple of times and the band will come off very easily. I'll go ahead and take both sides of the band off. I've got the watch in my hand. Make sure you apply the pressure on the top, because when you pop it, that's what's going to pop the spring bar out of place. But basically, if you scoot, it will come right out. Once you've got the band off, the serial number is always at 6 o'clock. What we look for, mainly, you'll hear me ask this a lot of times, is the serial number cut deep into the metal. The fake watches are usually lasered on under a loop. What you see is a dot pattern effect. If it's cut into the metal, that doesn't mean it's real. That's a really good sign. The model number, which will tell you what type of watch it is at 12 o'clock. But once you have the band off, lock it back into place, crown pointing at 6 o'clock. You'll take this and ease it in here. Get it seated, and you can take any one of your tools, including a fountain pen, and just scoot the spring bar while applying pressure to the top until the band pops down into place. Sometimes if you don't apply enough pressure, it will not scoot. Once you've got it in, make sure it locks down and you're in good shape. Basically on the other side, and again, you can still have the band open for a little easier access. Lay the end piece down, hold it down, take anything sharp, push and scoot, locked in and done. For a pinhole watch, again, open the band. You take either side. Usually you'll want to pop the serial number side unless we ask for a model number. Hold it, apply the pressure, and then you can come from the top into the hole, hold it down into place, push until you feel the end piece kind of pop, push, and it will pop back out. You get your serial number at 6. I don't know if you can zoom on that, but you'll notice that the serial number is cut deep into the metal under a loop. When you look inside the digits, you'll see the shiny metal underneath. That's a really good sign. Basically, we'll go from the other side, hold it, apply your pressure, And you can take anything that fits in that hole. You're just trying to scoot the spring bar out. You'll notice how this one's popped, the spring bar's out. Come from the other side, pop it, and it's off. To put it back on, crown pointing at 6 o'clock. Lay it in place, hold it down. Again, anything that just scoots that spring bar you can use. Push and slide, push and slide. Sometimes you'll have to get something bigger. Okay. There we go. Is that it? Yeah. Make sure when you put the band back on the head that you jiggle it and make sure that the spring bar has found the holes, because if you don't, you'll give your person his watch back and it might fall off his arm in the parking lot. Lay it into place, push and slide, push and slide, make sure it's in. If you have no better tool around, a paper clip should work. Just open it up. You want something that can get either into the hole or into the back of the watch. This is a no pinhole watch. We'll take it from the back. Open the band. Just take it. Make sure you apply your pressure. Find the shoulder and scoot it over. Paper clip. It's out of place. I don't know if you can see that. Just grab the spring bar and push it. It pops right off. And there's your serial number right there. See the shiny metal underneath. We'll come from the other side. Again, if you don't apply pressure to the end piece, you won't be able to push the spring bar out of place. We'll find our 6 o'clock. Make sure also that your spring bars stay in, because if you drop one on the floor and can't find it, it's a very embarrassing thing. Popped right back in. One thing you don't want to do is dig into the lugs of the watch. You don't want to scratch that up, so always come at it from the side. This works out well. Again, it's in, but make sure it's locked down. Sport watches, undo here. If you guys have spare time, grab something out of the case and practice, because you don't want to practice in front of your customers. If you can't get the band back off the watch, your customer may think you're messing with his watch. Sometimes you have to just keep the pressure up and keep scooting it. Pop it out. Got a picture of the, how close you can get to that. Okay, 6 o'clock. Spring bar just fell out. Lay it in, hold it down. If it takes a while to put it back on, it's just practice, practice and practice. Here's the spring bar. They do get away, so keep an eye on your spring bars. Drape it around, lay it down, hold it down, drop the tool, you can take that out. to keep wiggling it till it gets into place. Now on some of these, this type of band here does not have anything that would prevent it, once you get the spring bar down, from going all the way through and out the other side. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Don't let that frustrate you. When you're putting it back on, unlike some of these other bands that actually have wings on them that protect it from going all the way through and out the other side, you'll have to go a little more gently. There's no wings on here. If that spring bar wasn't in here, this end piece would slide right through to the table. So we hold it down, and once you start to get it into place, lighten up on your pressure a little bit so you don't push it all the way through. And then okay, it's starting to go, and it's locked in. No, it's not. Now it is. Sport watch with holes. Really, any kind of a paper clip, any kind of tool. You're just scooting the spring bar out. And there is the model number of the watch. And we'll just put this back on this side, and that's good. Practice doesn't make perfect, but it sure makes it a lot easier. That sums up our course today. Thank you.